Where is God? A question that often comes to your mind. And there is a beautiful story to help you find your answer. Every time young John visited the church, a question would come to his mind: where is God? It became a deep question, a kind of a deep puzzle for him, and he tried to find the answer by asking this question to certain mystics, religious men, priests, pundits, philosophers, and yet the answer that he received could not satisfy his quest for God. It became just like a Zen koan, and every day and every night this same question would come to his mind again and again: where is God? And so one fine day, young John decided to set out on a journey to seek God, to experience God. So he packed his bag with some apples, some sandwiches. Who knows how far I may have to travel to find God, he thought. So he gathered all that he could: fruits, snacks, water bottles, juice bottle, and then he left his home to find God. After walking few miles, John came across a garden. It was a hot summer day, and so he decided to rest for a while and have some refreshments in the garden. He sat under the shade of a tree, observing the chirping birds, the beautiful blue sky, the playful children, and then somewhere on a bench he saw a poor old woman. She was staring at the birds. She looked so tired, her gleaming eyes, her sad face, her being so lost. She looked depressed and sad as she watched the chirping birds. John was hungry, so he opened his bag and took out the sandwiches, the apples, and bottle of juice. And as he was about to start with his lunch, he felt that this old woman must be hungry too. He could make out from her appearance she looked tired and hungry. So young John went to this old woman, sat next to her, and gave a bottle of juice to her. The old woman became so happy to see someone being so nice, so kind, that she readily accepted the juice and smiled. That smile touched John's heart, and he offered his sandwich to her, and she smiled again, and John was delighted. Her smile gave him a rare joy, a rare happiness. He simply sat next to that old woman and shared his food with her. They enjoyed the meal, smiled, and laughed, but they never said a single word to each other. As it grew dark, John realized how tired he was, and he got up to leave. But before he had gone more than a few steps, he turned around, ran back to the old woman, and gave her a hug. And the old woman gave him her biggest smile ever. On his way, John could not control his feelings. His joy knew no limits. It was so overwhelming, so blissful, that he started crying. Those were the tears of joy, the tears of happiness. Now there was no need to go any further in search of God, he thought, and John returned to his home. When he returned, his mother could feel a certain joy, certain bliss on his face. So she asked, "What did you do today to made you so happy? You look so happy." And John replied, I had lunch with God. And before his mother could respond, he added, You know what? She's got the most beautiful smile I have ever seen. Meanwhile, the old woman, also radiant with joy, returned to her home. Her son was stunned by the look of peace on her face, and he asked, Mother, what did you do today that made you so happy? And the old woman replied, I ate sandwiches in the park with God. But before her son responded, she added, You know, he is much younger than I expected. What a beautiful story, so touching and so insightful indeed. God is in the joy that we feel in our heart. And this pure joy is only felt when we give and receive love, love that has no goals, love that is as pure as the water that we drink. The essence of God's presence is in the sharing of love, is through caring for each other. Sharing is caring. God is in the joy that we experience when we help someone in need. God is love, and love is real. Every time you are sharing love, God is experienced. To love is to experience God. Love is universal. It has no religion, no color, no caste, no creed. It is pure, just the way God is pure. Maybe that is why it is said that God dwells in a pure heart. The answer to John's question was received through the joyous smile of that old woman with whom he shared his food. You see, by giving joy to someone, you too become joyous. On the other hand, the old woman too experienced the divine joy of receiving such selfless love and caring from John. She experienced the presence of God through the love and care that John showed towards her. God made us for joy. God is joy, and the joy of living reflects the original joy that God felt in creating us. God is not limited to any four walls. He is found and experienced through the joy that we feel, and that joy comes through the love that we share. Joy is not the absence of suffering, it is the presence of God. Joy is the echo of God's life within us, and love is the overflow of joy in God that meets the needs of others. If there is no love, no affection, no caring in your heart, then no matter how many times you go to a church, a mosque, or a temple, God will never be found, never be experienced. God dwells in every heart that is pure, caring, and loving towards others. Maybe that is why it is said that a saint who has nothing, no bank balance, no stocks, no properties, no cars, no material treasures, is still always found to be joyous, gracious, and blissful than someone who is a millionaire or billionaire. Joy comes to the conscious heart, and that is why it is said that joy comes in the morning. Our consciousness is our morning, and the moment it comes, a spring of joy is felt in our heart. Young John had a heart of gold, and the old woman had a heart of gratitude. When the heart is graceful and grateful, joy arrives, God arrives, love blossoms, and life becomes a garden of bliss. Such a life is truly a blessed life, and true joy is always found in living a blessed life. Live a blessed life. Stay blessed.